Hey guys, I don't normally do episode reviews. I just usually don't, but I really wanted to get my thoughts out on this one. I'm pretty nervous as I'm doing this. First off, I just wanted to say quick, wow, I can't believe this channel has activity. I can't believe I have 20-something subscribers. Wow, thank you very much for that. I genuinely appreciate it, even if my tone of voice isn't suggesting that. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, make new friends but keep Discord was the new episode this week. Spoiler alert, the episode's called Make New Friends but Keep Discord. Whoops. Anyway, I don't like this episode, guys. I only got into My Little Pony in late last year, like September or something, and I have only seen the first 3 seasons, like a few episodes of season 4, so I haven't seen all of season 4 yet, but so far I can safely say I have seen the first episode that I genuinely just didn't like. I like that one, I can't remember the title right now, where Fluttershy asserts herself. I can't think of what it. I even liked Meredith. Yes, I liked Meredith. I didn't care for the execution of the moral, but whatever. Every episode people generally complain about. I was just whatever. Even that one where Spike went to discover himself. I can't remember what that one was called either. Wow. I hope you realize I have this carefully scripted out. I'm not just making this up as I go along. No, yeah. Anyway, this episode was just bad, if you ask me. It was just all around bad. A lot of the charm that I like in My Little Pony, this new generation, is how it's cute and it's nice and stuff, but it's not all dorky about it, I guess you can say. It keeps some kind of tact going on. That's part of what I like about it. The problem this week wasn't that it was dorky in its cuteness, though. It was actually the the opposite. I felt this episode was pretty mean-spirited. Like, oh yeah, spoiler alert again. I don't know why you'd be watching this video if you didn't want spoilers, but whatever. Anyway, when the mailman comes to Discord's house, I thought the graphics were cool there. I thought they were a little dark for My Little Pony. I thought the whole episode was dark for My Little Pony, whatever. And Discord just like sends him out into the abyss. And I was like, well, that's kind of funny. Then I was also thinking, wow, that's pretty mean of him. Well, it's Discord. That's okay, right? Because he's Discord. Apparently Discord can do no wrong. I don't know why a lot of people like Discord. I really don't. Anyway, I'll continue this later. It's been about 4 minutes since I last recorded here. Whatever. So, yeah, and then the creature in the abyss, I don't know what it was. I don't have the episode in front of me. I'm not even at my computer. I'm not in front of a television. So, whatever. The creature just captures him, the mailman, and just sends him off. And seeing how My Little Pony usually handles situations like that, I have a text message coming in. I hope you like that glorious ringtone. Whatever. Seeing how My Little Pony handles situations like that, I was expecting the mailman to just spontaneously regenerate somewhere. Or, I don't know, the creature would take him off somewhere and he'd be okay. They didn't do that this week, though. That actually bothers me a lot. Yeah, that's part of the mean-spirited thing I didn't like in cartoons back when I was actively watching cartoons. And I just would have preferred if they did that. I'm really nitpicking at that point. This isn't the strongest first point I could have made about this episode. I don't care. Well, it's just, it gives an overall idea of what this episode's gonna be like when they don't make sure that the mailman's okay. I answered the text message and put the phone on mute, so the ringtone won't be interrupting anymore. I was talking about the mailman. Yeah, that just sets up a whole idea of how the episode's gonna go. The person who wrote this episode was... they just wrote some stuff for season 4. Conveniently, all episodes I haven't seen. So, I don't know if all their episodes are like this, but whatever. The phone's lighting up, but there's no sound. Yeah, take that phone. I'm reviewing an episode. Oh, so Fluttershy meets Tree Hugger. Tree Hugger's a stereotypical New Ager person. And she's not making a lot of sense throughout the episode. I don't know what that's all about. I'm not planning to remove any of this silence, by the way, or parts where I don't know what to say. I'm leaving it all in there. I'm just leaving all of this in here. I'm leaving this rant in here too. I'm just uploading this whole video. Whatever. I don't know what I'm gonna do for visuals. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll just have a black screen. Maybe I'll get clips from the show and play them while I'm talking about it. I don't know. Something's gonna happen. I guess. Phone. I was saying something. Yeah, I was reviewing the episode. Yeah, Discord just... I don't know. This whole episode was basically out of character city. Like, I understand people like to misuse the term out of character, and anytime anyone doesn't fit what's in their extremely basic character archetype, everyone says it's out of character. Apparently Rainbow Dash was out of character in Daring Don't or something. I don't know. I don't think so. But in this episode, I genuinely thought people were out of character. Discord is usually mean in a mischievous kind of way. Almost a sociopathic kind of way, I guess. That he's just doing whatever and doesn't really care if people are offended by it or not. Internet trolls. In this episode, he was just mean. He was just angry. And when he confronted the mailman, I thought that was really mean of him. Like... He was like, "Why is it so late?" It's like, that seems a little confrontational. I understand that that's not really confrontational compared to other TV shows and movies out there, or anything, really. We're talking about My Little Pony, and this is a very, very calm show, comparatively speaking, but the whole tone of that whole thing just didn't really sit well with me. The CMC were really annoying in that episode too. Like, I mean, I don't think they're annoying. A lot of people think the CMC are annoying no matter what they're doing. If you're that picky, why are you even watching this show? You know, anyway. They're just like yelling the whole time and jumping around and stuff. That's not really what they're about. That's stuff that they do, but I mean, they do other things, you know. Yeah, Applejack got all sentimental when she saw Apple Bloom in a dress. And, I don't know, that just doesn't seem like something Applejack would do. I don't know. Celestia was really out of character, if you ask me. At the end, she was all like, well, the gala would have been so boring. Woohoo! Let's party! The night is still young! The night is still young. That phrase shouldn't come out of Celestia's mouth. Anyway, I when Fluttershy was yelling at Discord, that was bad. Yeah. That just didn't seem like Fluttershy. Like, whenever she confronted people in the past, there was always just a little bit of kindness still in there, you know? But in this episode, she was just all angry. She was using her voice, but I mean, it was just angry, and that doesn't seem like Fluttershy. That doesn't seem like something she would do. Well, not how she'd go about doing it anyway. I mean, her friend was about to be thrown into another dimension. That's pretty angering. But I mean, that's not how Fluttershy does things. That's not the kind of person she is supposed to be. That's the kind of thing, that episode where she asserts herself, you know, whatever it's called. That's the kind of thing they were trying not to do. Phone lit up again. No sound. What? So, yeah. Maud. Wow. Maud is one of my favorite characters. I really like Maud. That's one of the episodes in Season 4 I've seen, the one with her. I can't remember what it's called. In case you're watching this and you're one of those people who doesn't understand what jokes are, which is probably about 95% of YouTube users. That was a joke. I understand that the episode's called Maud Pie. So, yeah, in that episode she was just basically, literally autistic. Like, I'm not using that term in a derogatory way. I can't stand it when people who are just coming over from B or Encyclopedia Dramatica come over to YouTube and they're like, that's autistic. You're autistic. Everything's autistic. Autistic child. Oh my goodness. I need to stop reading YouTube comments. They're going to be a very bad influence on our world. I wouldn't be surprised if a world war started because of YouTube comments. I'm back, guys. So, I was talking about Maud. I was talking about YouTube comments, but I was talking about Maud. So, yeah, she exhibited most of, if not all, the symptoms of autism in that episode. And she was just monotone, and she was well-meaning. She was a nice enough person. She just didn't understand the social cues that were being presented to her. And she was speaking in a very monotone voice, comparatively similar to what I've been doing. And she wasn't completely emotionless like a lot of people thought she was being. She wasn't being some sociopath or something. And she wasn't being heartless. She just wasn't expressing herself in the same way that the other people were in the episode. And in this episode, she was back, and I was jumping out of my seat in glee. Wow. No, I wasn't. That was a joke. And she wasn't saying a lot, and I'm like, well, whatever. And then Discord was up on stage telling jokes, and he's like, you're supposed to say, who's there? It's the most basic of jokes. And Maud was like, you're the most basic of jokes. And at first I'm like, that's a good one, Maud. Ooh. And then I'm also like, well, that wasn't like Maud. That's not something Maud would say according to Season 4. That's not the kind of character we saw at all from her. So, then she said something else. And I can't... Oh yeah, she said she liked something or something. I don't know. At least they didn't just play up the rock thing. That still would have been closer to the kind of character we saw in season 4, though. I really didn't like how they presented her. I didn't like how they presented most of the characters. They were all just so cynical in this episode. People talk about how Meriwether Williams, or however you say her name, her episodes have an element of cynicism to it, so I thought it was an episode she wrote or something. I don't look at the credits. I feel bad now. I hope no one from the staff sees this. I appreciate what you do, even if you... I appreciate it. Anyway, I thought this was maybe an episode she wrote. No, it was, I think her name was Natasha or something. Anyway, like I said earlier, I haven't seen any of her episodes, so... I don't know if this is what she usually does, or what. I haven't seen the Breezy's episode, and apparently she had something to do with that. People complain about it, though, so I don't know. Everyone in this episode, though, man, like, Discord wasn't being funny. His antics were just mean. I mean, they're always mean. I really don't like Discord. I don't know why a lot of people do. But he was just mean in this episode. He was just angry and selfish. He's intended to be humorous, but it didn't translate in this episode well at all. Celestia, I don't know what got into her. Was she, like, drunk or something? I'm gonna be lumped in with all of those other reviewers who just say everything's out of character. This episode sucked because I like saying that things suck. No, I don't say things like that. I genuinely feel that way about this episode. Fluttershy yelling at Discord was... I don't want to say it was out of character because it wasn't. Fluttershy has emotions. She has emotions. And just the way she showed it didn't... It didn't come across like Fluttershy would usually handle things. That whole thing with the mailman, that just didn't sit well with me. I mean, like, in Stairmaster, when the chicken went missing, I can't remember what her name was. It was a cute pun. I love this show. Anyway, they showed the chicken after she was not... After the cockatrice reverted her back to being a chicken from being stone. And they just make sure everyone's alright at the end, you know? They didn't do that with the mailman, and that just irks me. Just irks me. Oh yeah, and there was that thing with Rarity when Discord got out the vacuum cleaner, and he was, like, getting the goo off of her, and then the vacuum cleaner, like, took the dress with the goo, and Rarity's all embarrassed and covering up and stuff, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Can't have a cartoon without that trope. By simply saying the word trope, I feel like I'm going to associate this with TV tropes or something. No. Anyway, I don't want to use the word meme either, because just by saying that I'm taking this video's quality down a few notches. Not that the stuff on my channel is... Anyway. So, yeah. Then I'm also thinking that was also unnecessary. Because, I don't know. The episode just didn't need it. Plus they covered that in Best Night Ever. The episode this is, you know, adapting from the Grand Galloping Gala and stuff. That episode did this whole thing a lot better. But, yeah, when Spike wanted to enter that room, and Applejack was like, oh, we don't normally wear clothes. So, I don't know what that was about. It was cartoon humor, and I'm reading too much into it, but I don't know, it just... The episode already wasn't that good, if you ask me, and that just didn't help its case at all. Rainbow Dash was in the episode too, but I can't remember anything she said or did. Oh yeah, she got stuck in the smooze, excuse me, and I don't remember anything else she did. Yeah, Pinkie Pie was in the episode, and then Discord ordered every cake that she had, and then she like looked at us and was making it look like there was a camera moving around, and she was like talking to us saying, "He wants all the cakes," and I thought that was cool. Pinkie's really breaking the fourth wall now. That was probably the only thing I enjoyed about the episode. I mean, I like to see MC. I always like to see MC, no matter how allegedly annoying they're being, but I am 100% certain that clip of Pinkie Pie is going to be up on YouTube soon enough. You can just watch that, honestly, and probably not miss a whole lot. I really just didn't care for this episode. And then Discord just left after Pinkie had finished the order and stuff, and then all those boxes were just sitting there. It's like, you know, I know not everyone on My Little Pony just sits around and hugs each other all the time, but I don't know, the humor and overall tone of this episode just felt unusually displeasant. Tree Hugger would probably describe it as bad vibes, or I don't know. I'm running out of space to record on this thing. I really hope that doesn't present problems. I really hope it doesn't. Anyway, so the entire episode just carries this like mean-spirited atmosphere to it. I don't like it. One more thing, I think I'm just gonna disable comments for this video because I really don't wanna I don't wanna deal with the arguments that are gonna start because of this video. Anyway, I don't care for all of the stuff that they talked about in this episode, like the references to the New Age stuff, like vibes and the chakras and stuff. And, like, what the heck was Fluttershy doing talking about chaos magic at the one point? Like, that kind of thing is bad stuff. I don't want to attack anyone's beliefs, but I almost... Back in the days before I became a brony, I was never actually into, satanic stuff at all. But I was into some stuff I don't want to talk about. Anyway, and I learned a few things about stuff like magic. I'm aware we're talking about My Little Pony here that talks about magic in the first place, but I mean, this is the cartoony kind of magic that's not doable in the real world. I mean, magic isn't doable in the real world anyway. That's for a different video, though. This is a cartoony kind of fictional Disney magic kind of thing. And it's not... The point is, chaos magic is bad stuff. Chaos magic is associated with Satanism and devil worship, which... Like I said, I don't want to attack anyone's beliefs. I don't think any Satanists are going to be watching these videos. I don't think anyone's going to be watching these videos, no matter what they believe. But I feel obligated to, because I'm not kidding. That is bad stuff. I was heading in that direction, and even then, my life was already completely screwed up. I don't even want to talk about it. My life was just so messed up, my mind was so messed up, my spirit was so messed up, and that was before I got into that kind of stuff, that thankfully I never really did. So what the heck is Fluttershy doing referencing that? You know, when she said, what if you had a friend to talk about chaos-based magic with? And didn't sit well with me. It didn't sit well that they had the chaos symbol at the one point in the episode either, but I just don't like that they reference that. That they so heavily reference, like, New Ageisms, which I'm gonna be annoying so many people with this video. It's bad stuff. It talks about, you know, when you align your chakras or whatever and meditate and stuff, it's supposed to put you into, like, a state of peace, and when you come out of it, you're supposed to be in a state of, like, more awareness and a higher consciousness. That's not what happens when you get into New Age stuff. You may start feeling different. It may appear to be peace and higher consciousness because you're learning things you wouldn't have learned about any other way, that's for sure. It's just false stuff, honestly. Every single thing that I learned during that point, through the meditation and through the spiritual stuff, was just lies. That's not you working things. We're not unicorns or alicorns, and we don't have innate abilities to do things like this, like working magic and stuff like that. I mean, meditation isn't magic, but I'm just talking about the overall stuff in this episode. We don't have innate abilities like that. If you see something like that happening, it's probably an elaborate ruse. Oh, those magicians. And if it's not that, and it appears real, it's probably demonic forces at work. That's chaos magic and chaos stuff in general is extremely demonically influenced. So I don't like that they mentioned it in the episode. I don't expect some mainstream cartoon to adhere to my views, but something that's not so dangerous would be appreciated. You don't bring yourself to higher levels of consciousness either. And when you meditate, you're not doing that much. If anything spiritual is occurring during that time, it is spiritual forces working on, I was gonna say with you, but no, more on you. You don't wanna be into the kind of stuff a tree hugger was. I mean, she's an interesting character and all, but I just don't like that they promoted that in the episode. Even if you disagree with what I said about spirituality, though, well, it's still, that kind of stuff is still demonically influenced, whether you agree with it or not. But that doesn't mean this is suddenly a good episode, though, either. The whole thing was just bad. Everyone was completely out of character. Well, maybe not Rarity. Almost everyone was completely out of character. They got Maud completely wrong. The CMC were just annoying. Celestia, I'm not touching that whole thing. And everyone was just mean-spirited. Maud and her comment to Discord, and basically everything Discord did, and how Fluttershy handled Discord's behavior. The whole thing just, it felt very off, and I didn't like it. If you've watched this far, then I don't know why. This has been very bad. I don't care. I'm still gonna upload it. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I don't really put a lot of effort into my YouTube videos. I don't try very much with this channel. I'm still gonna upload this video no matter how bad it is. No matter how many times I just mentally blank out and stop recording. Thank you for watching this far. I guess you have some kind of regard for my thoughts if you've listened to this nonsensical rambling we're coming up on 30 minutes. This is gonna take forever to upload. Oh, good grief. Thank you for watching this, if you watched it. I genuinely appreciate it, again, even though my tone of voice probably isn't suggesting it. You can subscribe if you want, but I don't plan to make a regular thing of this. I don't really review episodes. I don't intend to start reviewing episodes. This is just something I wanted to get out, because, like I said, this is the first episode I genuinely didn't like, and I really didn't like it. So, yeah. I'm definitely disabling comments. I don't want to deal with the argument. It felt like YouTube comments had somehow infiltrated the mindsets of the characters. That's a good way of putting it. On YouTube, if you express an opinion, someone comes along and calls you an idiot, uses a bunch of unnecessary profanity, just overall insults you. How are these people not in mental asylums? But in Equestria, it's the complete opposite of that. I guess that's part of why I don't like Discord in the first place, because he reminds me too much of just everything that's wrong with society. I find it funny that a lot of people talk about, like, well, I want to go to Equestria where the problems of Earth aren't there. And it's like, in a lot of people, I see a lot more of Discord, who was put into stone twice, of Chrysalis, who was sent off somewhere, of Sombra. Not a lot of Sombra, because he didn't have a lot of personality in the first place, but you know what I mean. I have 10 seconds, so I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for watching, everyone. God bless.